Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host on, and welcome back to the Baseball Head. Hopefully like this video and hit that subscribe button. We got some big Mets news. I did a couple videos on it already. The Mets have called up Luisangel Acuna, the Mets, a big prospect that they have, one of the big prospects, and they shipped out DJ Stewart. Hopefully we'll see him again until forever, you know. But really, Luisangel Acuna is a player the Mets picked up in a trade for Max Scherzer last year. The Mets decided to sell the players, get rid of the players, and get value for bad contracts. Max Scherzer was one of those players. We all know that Justin Verlander was another, and a few other guys too. But this was the Mets have spent a lot of money to bring him in because they basically spent and paid off the rest of the contract that Max Scherzer had last year and this year as well. The Texas Rangers, as you know, the Rangers went and won the World Series. He wasn't that big of a factor, but the fact that the Mets were able to move him with something of value it's very noteworthy. Now, Luisangel Acuna is the brother of Ronald Acuna Jr., the star of the Atlanta Braves, and as you know, he's hurt. But Luisangel he doesn't have the power that his brother has. He could probably hit in the majors. From all the videos and all the sort of reports that I've read this past year, he could be an everyday player or he could be a bench player. I think a lot is going to depend on his power. I believe he's going to hit. He's a very good, about 260, 270. He's got tremendous speed. He's probably going to steal. He plays every day, probably 40, 50 bases in the majors. He's done it in the minor leagues. As you know, the stolen base has come back with a vengeance in major leagues when they've made the bases bigger and made a lot of good rules to make the game more exciting. So he is going to really thrive if he plays every day and is capable of playing every day. He's a very good defensive player. He's a natural shortstop. But obviously the Mets are going to play him probably everywhere. Well, we'll see what happens because last night in Philadelphia, Francisco Lindor, I guess, hurt his back a little bit. That slide that he had, and I guess in the sixth inning, was very awkward. He didn't really run it out fast enough. I don't know if he tweaked it before he ran the second or got into second, or he hurt himself after he, slid. It was very haphazard, the way he approached that. But we'll see if he's in the lineup. If he's in the lineup or not in the lineup, I'll do a short video on that. And we'll see. And, of course, if Luisangel Acuna is here, I would assume that they're going to play him a little bit. But got to be careful because the Mets are in this middle of this pennant race. There's no messing around. And as well as I said this in the short earlier, the Mets have not given an at-bat to a rookie all year. Mets have a lot of young players. They got Alvarez. They have Vientos. But those guys lost their rookie status 2 years ago. Well, not lost their status, but they got at bats in 2022. So this is the first real rookie the Mets are calling up at this point this year that is not a, I guess, pitcher. So he's the first rookie position player that'll get an at bat. He'll probably come in late for defense. He'll come in late specifically at second base. Maybe they move Iglesias to third so they can play Iglesias at third. And he'll come in to pinch run. We'll see how many at-bats he gets. We'll see if he gets a start at this point. I would assume he'll get a start before the end of the season. As you know, the Mets have a one-game lead on the Braves. They have with 15 games left to play for the Mets and for the Braves. Now, because I was at the ballpark last night, I was able to see. I haven't updated my book to let you know who won last night. I know the Braves won last night, but I don't know what the Diamondbacks did. Even now, or the Padres. But I will look it up and have a video for that for you later tonight. And we'll see what happens. That was an awesome game last night for the Mets. A big outburst by the club. And it was fun to watch it. Being a visiting fan of the other team, America's team, the Mets. So it was a fun night. I was very lucky to be able to get a game in with the former adversary of mine online, Anthony Van Skype, who was nice enough to invite me down, and we're friends now. I was able to take a picture with the Phillie Phanatic because how great the seats were. He also caught this foul ball. Look at this. The foul balls were going all over the place where we were sitting. And this one went over our heads. It bounced off the press box and bounced back. And it basically hit the ground. He picked it up and he's like, here, you have it. You can have it. And it's your game. And, you know, I mean, you could not have had a better time. I couldn't have had a better time at the ball game than I did last night. We got a big home run from Alvarez. Big home run from Brandon Nimmo. I did not realize that they don't like Brandon Nimmo down in Philadelphia. And I started remembering he kills them. It's a lot of home runs and he beats them all the time. So he was like the loudest boo that any of the Mets got. I was surprised. He's like the nicest guy in baseball, but he got the loudest boo of any of the Met players. It was awesome. And then he hit a 3-run home run. Then Lindor hit a double, hit a single, got an RBI. It was 7-0. So I guess in the 7th inning, Harrison Bader hit a 3-run home run and made it 10-0. And all the fans started to leave. I took my hat off, waved to them like I was Babe Ruth, folks. Like I was Babe Ruth, waving to hitting a home run. I said, see you later. See you later. And it was great to watch. It was great to watch for your host to do that and mock these fans. And then, of course, later on, Pete Alonso hit a home run. It wasn't a no-hitter, Alonso, off the New York Mets. It was a big win. Every game is a playoff game now for the New York Mets. And hopefully the Mets will get there. The Mets will get the postseason. They're going to be a very dangerous team because there's something different about this team that is even actually more different than 2 years ago. They didn't play like this 2 years ago in September. And it seems now that the Mets are getting close to this thing. They're getting to play much, much better. And this was a win. And they were off on Thursday. And they came out storming. Came out absolutely storming in this game. They wore down Nola early in the game. If you didn't know, I think they had him throw like 27 pitches in the first inning or something like that. They basically wore him down. So by the middle of the game, he was pretty much done. He had trouble commanding his fastball, difficulty getting his breaking ball over for a strike. And that's a bad recipe for any pitcher. But it was a great night. And unfortunately, I didn't get an autograph from a player. I was hoping to get an autograph from one of the players after the game, but that didn't happen. The players just they don't give a shit when the game is over. They want to get the hell out, get into the locker room, take a shower, and head on back to the hotel. But let me know what you think about this video. And of course, I'll have if I'm not too tired, because I did so much driving yesterday, a lot of driving. So hopefully I'll be strong enough to do a live stream here and talk about the game today and my visit yesterday to the ballpark. And I want to thank you for coming by. Hit the subscribe button before you go. This is the best Mets podcast, best Mets YouTube channel that's fan-related on the internet. And God willing, it'll continue to be that way. Nothing crazy is going to happen. I'm going to worry about other things that have nothing to do with baseball or sports. But God willing, that's something that's out of my control. But God willing, we'll all be here. Watch the Mets get to October and do that thing. Something we haven't seen in a very long time. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Let's go, Mets, and I'll see you later.